Welcome to the show, homies. We've got another interview episode, and this one you're gonna want to hear. There are twists, turns, muggings, incredible information that comes out, all wrapped up in an amazing soap opera. Dude, this is Jessica Bush, and she is, I think resilient is too soft of a word for her. She said that she was homeless for 8 years and living in a van and trying to figure out where she wanted to live, was trying to figure out if she could buy a home for just $60,000 in annual income. Well, let me cut to the ending right now. Yeah, she owns a home in Portland. This happened for real. And oh my God, there are stories in here that are going to make you drop your jaw. Enjoy this interview, everybody.
How to Buy a Home educates, protects, and connects first-time homebuyers to qualified vetted realtors in their area. Whether you're looking for DIY information or step-by-step guidance, How to Buy a Home is the #1 resource for first-time homebuyers.
Hey, everybody. I am super excited, even though Jessica, who's doing the interview today, is freaking out, and I'm stoked about that. Jessica is super cool and decided that she's going to do an interview, even though, as she said, interviews are not her thing.
Yeah, terrified.
Jessica reached out to me in August of 2024. I'm checking my notes here. And she had some money saved. She had about 29, 30 grand saved.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, is it possible for me to buy a home with 60 grand? And I asked her what her biggest tip would be. And you said, oh my God, it was the fact that you could do that, right, Jessica?
Yeah, it was pretty unbelievable. I was like, yeah, I don't make very much money. I make sculptures for a living. So yeah, I make art, and yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to buy a house, but I guess I did. I'm sitting on the porch right now.
Yes, this is, for those of you who are checking out the video, we're doing this on the front porch. We were going to do it in her gorgeous backyard, but the neighbor's weed whacking.
Yeah. They're gonna sell, actually. Yeah. It is posted yesterday.
So Jessica is an artist. So of course she lives in Portland.
Yeah.
And this is a $400,000 home that you closed on in November of 2024.
Yeah.
And you did buy with a partner who was absolutely wanted nothing to do with the interview.
Absolutely. Yeah, just walked by with the chop saw.
Now, tell us about getting him on board with the process. And did you end up using his income so that you guys could qualify for the home?
Yeah, it was both our income. We had been saving for like 6 years, actually, because we always had in the back of the head that maybe we'd buy property, like some land, like we wanted like 10 acres or something. So we've been saving for just a few years, like 6 years. Sort of. We still would like go to shows and party and stuff too. But yeah, and then I reached out to you in August and he was not on board. He was like, no. And I wasn't sure if I would be able to do it by myself. And I didn't want to live in like a townhome or something. I wanted a porch and a garage and a backyard. And he wasn't on board yet. And then like late August, we actually got attacked by some men in ski masks. And he broke his finger. Well, they shattered his finger. So he was on paid medical leave for 3 months. So he was just like walking around Portland because he couldn't go to work. And then one day, like probably October, he was like, okay, let's buy a house. He's just walking around looking at houses all day. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Jessica, dude, you buried the lead.
Yeah.
Ski masks and attacked.
By 3 men in ski masks leaving a pub. And that's how we bought a house, I guess.
Did you scream at them? Guys, I'm a sculptor. I got no funds.
Yeah. I don't even know. They were like, where are you from? Where are you from? We're like, we're from Portland. We're both born and raised here. Where are you guys from? And then, yeah, it just escalated. And then they started trying to beat up Anthony, but they were really bad at it. And then they drew their attention to me and then started hitting me in the back of the head. And anyways, Anthony like pulled them off of me and like shattered his finger in that because he didn't hit back or anything. So, and then we ran away and then we had to run a few blocks and Yeah.
Whoa.
So he was bored walking around Portland for 3 months and was looking at houses and came home one day and I was like, I'll reach out to Kendall again because I got cold feet and ditched her like for a month.
Yeah, we know. We know that you ghost us.
Yeah.
We were cool with that.
A month and a half.
Hey, but that's the thing that is the reason why I started this whole thing was we know it's going to be ups and downs.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's interesting, I heard you talk about the fact that you guys were saving, but you were also living your best life.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Taking vacations, going to the pub. Yeah.
Okay. So this is not meant to be an insult because I'm the creative type too.
Yeah.
Did you have a budget actually written out or did you just save what was left over after the vacations, the shows,
Yeah, we were
and the
just
pubs?
saving. Yeah. No budget, not like we're going to throw X amount every month. It was just, we were both saving. We both ended up having I had 30,000. Anthony had 35 after 6 years. We actually used to be homeless before that. So we were homeless for 8 years.
Okay. Double bury the lead.
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell happened 6 years ago that two homeless people for 8 years started budgeting for buying a house?
Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of happened.
What was the first place you guys ended up renting when you came off the streets?
Yeah, so we were living in our van here in Portland, and we were getting attacked, actually. And we ended up screw this. Anthony's dad had rented a house in Phoenix, so we drove down to Phoenix and just started renting a room from him. And we lived down there for 3 years, and then we're like, screw Phoenix, it's way too hot for us. We're from Oregon. So we moved back up, and we got an apartment, and we were just still saving. And, we always lived in crappy places that were cheap, but that was fine for us. So yeah, I just started saving. And then, I ended up having 65,000 together. And we're like, maybe we could buy a house. All right. So I hit up Kendall. I hit up you and you connected me with Kendall.
Dude.
Yeah, it's wild. I got a lot of stories.
Was the saving with the intention to buy a house, or was it just we don't want to be homeless again?
No, not necessarily. I don't want to be homeless because we were traveling and hitchhiking around. We hitchhiked across the country and stuff, so it was fun. There was some down times when you're really cold, but there was some great times. But no, we just started saving. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Were you saving to buy a house, or were you just saving for the next adventure?
Both, all of it. We were saving in the back of our heads, going down on acres, property, 10 acres with family and stuff to have a farm or whatever. And then nobody else was saving money.
Okay, so you wanted to make your utopia commune.
Yeah.
And no one else was on board.
Yeah, except Anthony and I. So
I don't think I don't know if anyone would be shocked, but you're not the first person to talk to me about this concept.
Yeah.
What was the shift in you two in your mindset to go from 10 acres to how big is the lot you're on right now?
Oh, I'm not 100%, actually. I should have looked that up. I was just looking at the blueprints earlier, so I'm not 100%.
Is it an acre, or is it
no
10,000 square feet, 15,000 square feet, something like that?
It's maybe I don't know, a quarter of an acre, maybe not. I don't know. It's a full house, and then I have a detached garage with a studio above it. So
how big's your backyard? Is it like a football field or
Not quite. No, not that big. It's just an average Portland lot size. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry at all. The football field, that's all I need to know. If it's half a football field or a quarter of a football field, you're probably 10,000, square feet.
Yeah, just average Portland lot. It might be a little bigger than average, but I don't know. I should have looked.
So what was it? What made you guys, when he was walking around with a broken finger, surviving an attack, just still freaked out about that. What was it that like the dream shifted from, was it just because you didn't have the group for the commune, so you said we'll just get a place just for us?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of wanted our own place. We had been renting for a few years, and then it was just going to go up, and we're like, we could just have our own place. And I wanted a backyard, and he wants a garage because he's a woodworker. He builds cabinets, so he wanted to have a garage, and I wanted a porch that I could have cold ones on.
And that's where you are right now.
Yeah,
you're on the cold ones porch.
Yep.
Do you have a mini fridge out there, or?
No, not on the porch. No, but I have a full-size fridge that came with the place in the garage. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. That's the best when they're like, the seller says, I don't want to move this second fridge. And you're like, well, we'll take it.
Yeah, please leave it. Yeah, it's functioning.
Well, I think I need to figure out how to make a how to buy a home cooler and ship it to you so you can just have that on your porch.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll call my people.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, this story is, I can't even put words to it, and that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
When people tell me and they're like, oh my God, I've been renting, I can't figure it out, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, call Jessica. Homeless, attacked, lived in a van, lived in Phoenix where it's 120 degrees.
Yeah.
Bam. Homeowner in Portland. And wait a minute. And like, you're young, right? How old are you?
I'm 31.
Dude.
Yeah.
You crushed the national average by 7 years.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, girl. Okay. So what led you when you guys made the decision to end up finding the podcast?
Wait, what is that? When I found the podcast? What led me?
Yeah. What led in your research? What, did you just hunt around and find the podcast?
No, Anthony's brother had actually sent it to him, I don't know, over a year ago. And I would just listen to it at work here and there. And it was probably like 6 months of listening to it periodically at work. And I was like, maybe I'll hit him up. So that's when I hit you up in August. Like, see where this goes. If this is real or not, I don't know. I was kind of skeptical. I was like, this is going to be weird. I'm contacting someone for a realtor on a podcast.
I know, dude.
It's weird.
It sounds too good to be true because straight up, it kind of is sometimes, except it is true.
Yeah, no.
My dad was like, you're going to do what?
Right.
I was like,
yeah, like family members were like, where'd you get your realtor? I'm like, oh, from a podcast. They're like, okay. Like,
so you reached out to Kendall, you ghosted her.
Mm-hmm.
And so what were the hills and valleys of that process for you? And then when you finally started to get serious?
Yeah, well, I ghosted her because Anthony wasn't on board yet. It took getting beat up to get him on board. and then, one day he sent me, I was at work, he's walking around, he sent me a house that he walked by that he was like, this house is kind of like, we could probably buy this. It was cute. And then I was like, well, you want me to call Kendall? And he was like, yeah. So I called her, and then we literally met with her like 2 days later and met Amy, her lender that she recommended. And it went so fast. We bought a house in like a month.
Wow. So you were ready. You just needed the experts to guide you in the right direction.
I guess we didn't know we were ready. We went and met Amy and Kendall at Kendall's office, and they were like, everything looks great, guys. You have good credit. You've been saving up money. You can totally buy a house. And they showed us a couple. And then I think like 4 days later, we went and started looking at houses, and we looked at houses for 1 day. We looked at 4 houses. We were actually trying to get out of Portland because obviously it's a little sketchier these days.
Yep.
And it's expensive. So we're like going towards Clackamas County, looked at 3 houses over there. And then we came to this house and we're like, all right, we're sold. So we looked at houses 1 day. And we're like, yeah, put an offer on it, Kendall. Thanks.
What you were doing it in that kind of slow time last year, in October, you were probably writing your offer.
Yeah.
What was the process like? Were there multiple offers or were you the only one?
We were the first offer. It was originally listed for 420, and it went down like a couple weeks before we had looked at it. And then, so it was down to 400. And yeah, it just has like the garage with the studio above it with the bathroom. there's no kitchen up there. So we're just like in our price range in Portland. Like this is as best as we're going to get. We're both from Portland, so we know the area. So we were just like, all right, let's do it. And we just put an offer day one. And we were the first offer on put. This is the first time the house was on the market in 60 years, actually. Like,
Whoa.
Old couple was built in 1913. It's an old Portland cool house. Yeah.
Sounds like it fits your vibe.
It does. It is. It has a creepy basement. Love it.
Do you think that the fact that the house was vintage, that shrunk the buyer pool for you?
Probably, yeah. The kitchen is pretty outdated, so that's probably why people weren't going for it. That's what Anthony's dad kept saying. Yeah, so the main house, it needs some work. It's an old house. But like all the plumbing and all the electrical is updated. So it's mostly cosmetic. And, yeah, I had the garage that I could rent out, which I'm already renting out. So
Wait, it's not Anthony's woodwork shop?
no, there's like the garage underneath it. It's a 2-story.
Yeah.
And then so there's like the garage, you can put 2 cars in, and then there's like a storage area in the back, and then there's a staircase, and then the whole upstairs is like I don't know, like 700 square feet or something. Like it's bigger than the apartment I lived in. It has a full bathroom in there. So we're already renting it out to his cousin. So that's cool.
Yeah, they're also known as a granny flat or a mother-in-law suite.
Yeah, definitely. We'll end up putting a kitchen in eventually, whenever.
Dude. So does your renter, does the cousin just hot plate it up there, or?
He doesn't really cook, so it works out. And then he's family, so he can come into our house, and it's fine,
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's like just a bachelor, so worked out perfect.
What a
Putting the
killer
mortgage
deal.
3 ways. So I'm not paying much more than I was in my apartment, actually.
I keep trying to tell people, if you're young and you're chill, and you are definitely chill, that house hacking is the absolute best way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, don't count out buying a home if you're 25 and you're thinking you're going to live with roommates for the next 3, 4, 5 years, because maybe you can qualify and then you just landlord it up.
Yeah.
So the outdated kitchen is something that's going to keep it down, but you knew that Anthony could eventually make you guys new cabinets, so that was a score.
Yeah, he makes really nice cabinets.
Wow.
Yeah, the house is really cool. I like it because it has like the old Portland charm, which, yeah, I like that. I'm from here, so I love it. And then, the extra income's nice.
So what have you been doing since you moved in? Have you gone to a place of saving money again, or are you guys just enjoying the fact that you're property owners?
Yeah, no, we're already saving money. We, so when we bought the house, there was like a sewer issue. So when we did the inspection, so there was like a sag in the main sewer line. So that was about $8,000 to replace. So we asked for like cash back. So we got, in the end, we asked for $12,000 cash back, and that's what we got. So, and then, the sewer cost like $8,000, so we replaced that. So we ended up with like a couple extra $1,000, but it exceeded our seller so our total seller credit was $12,000, and then our total closing cost was like $10,500. So I guess you can't just like pocket that money. So we ended up buying down like a fraction of a point, with that remaining money. So
yes, that's exactly the way that it works.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of loan that you have. Did you guys go FHA or conventional, or is this still all another language to you?
No. We had a conventional loan.
Okay, cool.
We put like 17% down, something like that, because we wanted to put as much as we could down to get to that 50%, because that's just what we want. Since we had such good credit, Amy, the lender, was like, this is probably your best bet. Since you have a high down payment, good credit, then you can get the conventional loan.
And that's why when people email me and say, what should I do? I'm like, bro, I have like a quarter of an inch of information. I need to know everything.
Right.
So you guys ended up going with the conventional because it made sense for you. I think that was a smart move for you guys, because you could, you've already demonstrated that you are savers. You have the ability to save and not feel like you're sacrificing your life. You already figured that out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
6 years.
Yeah.
Getting in at that, because you had the good credit, That ended up getting you obviously the better loan products and the better rates, but with those seller credits back to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're limited. Sometimes they'll be only the amount of closing costs. Sometimes they'll be like up to 3% you can do. But because you couldn't just go over and above closing, it had to be wrapped into that. You utilize the money for a mortgage interest rate buy down.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have questions about the inspection process. And this is a great example. Were there other things, or did you just find that one big one and then say, okay, you guys don't have to repair anything, but we just need money so we can repair it on our own?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was other things like the north side of the house, gutters were completely missing. So that was like another couple grand to get someone out here. So that's where we got the 12,000 from, because we needed the money to do like the essential stuff to fix. Because it's winter here, and well, it was winter, so it rains all the time. So we needed gutters like ASAP. We needed that sewer fixed. It was like a sag in this main sewer line. So it was like completely separated. So that had to get fixed before we moved in.
Did you guys do a scope?
Yeah, we did the sewer scope. That was pretty.
Was that extra?
Yes, it was actually. Yeah, it was $100. Yeah, I think that was extra. Yeah. And
Yes.
yeah, so they did that, and they did the sewer scope, and we seen the sag. And then like a week later went by, and we're like, oh, we didn't check where the garage, because they like connect into the main sewer line. And that's kind of where it all happened. We're like, oh shit. So we had to get him back out, and we had to pay extra for that to get that sewer scoped, just to make sure that there was nothing wrong there. That was like a little hiccup in the end. We actually had to get an extension for a couple days because of that. Because we're like, we want the house, we're interested, but we need to make sure that this other line is fine. And we're like negotiating at that point of how much money they will give us back. They were like, we'll give you 10 back. And we're like, no, give us 12 and we'll close immediately. They're like, okay.
Sweet.
They just wanted to get it out. It was like an old couple. The husband passed away, and the wife, she was going into like a home, and the kids didn't want anything to do with it. So
I think the important part of what you just said there, Jessica, for the listeners, is to understand that when people do their home inspection due diligence and they're figuring out which inspector they want, and they're buying a $400,000 home, and the home inspections, what was it, $500-600 plus the sewer?
yeah, it was probably like $800 all in all.
Great. I will have people that will tell me I'm going to take the $400 inspection because I found something cheaper. And
No.
I'm like, dude,
No.
it's a $400,000 house.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes you will find in an inspection that you need to have an extra inspection. So you guys had them go back out after the first scope.
Yeah, just to double check on there, because we had missed that, and everyone had missed that, and we're like, oh, we should probably get that checked out. So I'm glad we did, because just peace of mind. We know it's fine.
So $100-200 for someone to go back out, and you got $2,000 in your negotiation because you had that
to go back for some reason, because it was smaller line, I think. I don't know.
Say what? Did you say it was free to go baback?
$50.
$50.
Yeah.
So a 1950 profit.
Yeah.
$1,950 just to have the dude come back out, give you something that you could then hand to the seller. It can go both ways. Sometimes after you do an inspection, when you're negotiating with the seller, if there's a ton of offers on the home, they might be like, screw you, I'll just go to the next guy.
Yeah.
But in your case, that's why I tell people all the time, don't be a jerk on the price.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just the first negotiation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for you guys, you ended up having understanding between Kendall and you guys. You understood where the seller was, and you used that as leverage, which is a tough thing to get these days as a buyer. So that's pretty awesome. You guys had that.
Yeah. And they had already like dropped the price 20,000. So I was like, it's worth it.
There are so many factors. It is absolutely not like buying one thing off the shelf, and it's not like comparing stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude, this is crazy. Your story is so awesome.
Yeah, there was a new roof too. They put a new roof on in 2021. Like the electrical, the plumbing's all updated. So when we were getting the inspections, the inspector, he said he was coming over, and he was like, this house is built in 1913. There's going to be a million things wrong with it. And he was like, I was actually surprised.
We've got a few old houses here in Southern California, and that's the first thing I I tell my buyers even before the inspection, we're looking at the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, the foundation.
Yeah, foundation was good too. Everything's like the main stuff was good except the sewer, but it was fine. It was something to work with, so I'm almost kind of glad the sewer was messed up.
Did they have to dig up the yard to do it?
It was in the breezeway in between the garage and the house, so there's pavers. And it was actually $1,000 less if we dug up the pavers, so we did that ourselves. So it ended up costing like $7,000 to get that done. So that was just like another $1,000 we saved by doing the labor ourselves.
Coming into the situation with them, with the amount that you had saved, plus the negotiations for the credit, put you in the situation where I always tell people, they're like, I don't want to be house poor. And I'm like, well, if you go into it and you spend every single dime you have, it could suck for the first few months.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to talk to people, a year ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I don't want them to get attacked for them to decide to call us, but
yeah, me either.
Okay. So can we go back to that? You guys just ran and that's how you got away?
Eventually, yeah. We were walking from a pub. We were going home, and we get like a block away from the pub, and these guys are like, "Where are you from?" Yum, yum, yeah. And we're like, "We're from Portland." And then we just kept walking, and they just kept talking crap. And then they ended up like attacking us and trying to like hit Anthony. First, they had ski masks, so then they put their ski masks on really quick because they didn't initially have their ski masks.
What?
Yeah, and then they put their ski masks on, and then they like started attacking Anthony, and they just like obviously didn't know how to fight. Anthony's not like a fighter, but he just kept dodging them, and then they were getting upset about that, and then some random drunk guy just so happened to be walking by, and he fell down on the ground, and I'm trying to help him up, and I'm like, dude, these guys are crazy. I'll help you up. I'll get out of here. And then that's when the guy that was attacked, trying to get Anthony, redirected his attention to me and like came at me when I was bending down to help this random drunk guy up and hit me in the back of the head and just started like beating me up. So that's when Anthony probably broke his finger, but he doesn't really know. He pulled that guy off of me, and then we ran. And then they were chasing us for a few blocks, and then we had to like run half a mile. Portland is kind of sketch these days.
I cannot believe it. This is unreal. Somehow that experience and the downtime,
Yeah.
when Anthony was walking around, do you feel safer in the home than where you were before when you guys were attacked?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it's Portland.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the same. It's the same everywhere in Portland. I don't know how to describe it. It's people get randomly attacked all the time here nowadays. So
okay.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Kendall about some recommendations for potential security for the home?
Well, there was like cameras on it, but I haven't hooked them up. I mean, I just locked the door. I'm good.
All right. I'm definitely not going to question.
I'm not scared.
Because you said twice, and then the dude started pummeling me, but then the end of the story is you got away. So
yeah,
I guess you
away. And like that was like we were out walking around at 2 a.m. Like if I'm at home, I'm fine. No one's gonna come bother me at my house.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Do you work out of your home? Do you do the sculpting out of the house as well?
No, I work in Portland, Southeast Portland, at a studio, and we do like 3D printing and make bronze statues in the end. So like stuff you see around town. So
cool.
That's what it's a very short overview of that. It's a very long, complicated process.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Did the commute come into play when you were looking at the outskirts homes versus this home?
Yeah, I was used to walking to work because we always kind of lived around my work. But now I can still ride my bike to work. But it's like the middle point for Anthony and I. It only takes him 20 minutes to get to work. And it only takes me 20 minutes to get to work. So that worked out great.
Yeah, that's what a lot of times with the partnership, that's what ends up happening. And sometimes you do have to make sacrifices to be near where the work is. But usually what happens with that is you end up getting a stronger value property.
Yeah.
Outskirts properties are they're probably going to get good value in a few years because so many people are remote working, but nothing beats a 1913 charm
Yeah.
home,
No, still like this neighborhood is like up and coming neighborhood. It's still in Southeast Portland. The freeway's like right there. There's like, restaurants and bars down the street we could walk to. So yeah, it's in a good location.
Unbelievable. Well, I feel like I would be not a good host if I didn't ask you one more question.
Yeah, okay.
As a Portland lifer, what's your favorite Portland cold one to have on your porch? Are you a local beer drinker?
I mean, I like the Cossies, but I think they're actually from Eugene.
Okay, is that like a bad thing? Like, do Portlanders hate Eugeners?
No,
Cool.
Eugene's cool. They have, I don't know. There's good beer.
Nice.
I drink Modelo too, so.
Well, I gotta say, I'm down with that.
Yeah. On like the Shoots Brewery, those are good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You said you were freaked out about this. This is one of the greatest interviews I've ever conducted.
Thanks. I was really freaked out. I'm not freaked out anymore, but like the first 10 minutes, I was like, oh, my stomach was like, I'm better now.
You did exactly what we're supposed to do. Combination inspiration and motivation.
Okay.
And like straight up, everybody listening who's like, I don't know if I can do this. Go listen to episode 164. It's called Get Off Your Ass.
Yeah.
Because if Jessica and Anthony, homeless, living in a van, had to move to freaking the Phoenix from Portland, which is like moving from,
like
I don't know, the North Pole to Africa.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You guys are a freaking massive inspiration. That's such a cool story.
Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable. Still, I have a house.
And how's the relationship been with Kendall and Amy since you've closed on the home?
Great. I haven't really talked to Amy too much, but Kendall, she brings us candy. So get a unicorn. She'll bring you candy here and there.
That is the best.
Yeah, I send her pictures of like, we do home repairs. So I'll like send her a picture.
Nice.
Yeah, because we're doing it all ourselves. We like send pictures.
Quick tip.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have before pictures of everything?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's for taxes and the appraisal.
Taxes, really?
Yeah. It's for your taxes and your appraisal. Eventually, as you go on later on, when you start talking about refinancing, the appraisal comes into it. When they start doing tax evaluations on the property, having the before and after pictures of what you've put into it can become a big part of that. What it can do is, if and when you ever sell the home, you have a capital gains tax. And when the property, the value of the home, when you sell it, it's $250 for a single person or $500,000 for a married couple. That's how much that you get tax free.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anything beyond that gets taxed. So like if you sell the house and you're making $750,000, $500 of that is tax free, which is incredible. But the $250 you get taxed on.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you can show, that the $250 part of that whole $750 profit, we actually put this much money into it. So that pushes up the value that you put into the home. So you get taxed on less.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's good to know.
Like way stuff you don't need to worry about later.
Yeah.
But save all the pictures, put it in a file. By the time you have to worry about it, you're probably going to send a zip drive directly to my sunglasses. And I will then send them to my son or whoever else is taking over there. Because I have a feeling you guys are going to stay there for a few years because that's a dope house.
Yeah, I like it. I'll be here for a while.
Awesome.
That's good enough. I'm going to go take more pictures of my house after this.
Yeah, all the before stuff.
Yeah.
All the before stuff.
I took some, but not that many.
Yeah. And along the way with the home modeling projects.
Yeah, okay.
Just like halfway through and then completely done and then just put them in a file. As the first thing that's going to happen is for when you refinance.
Yeah.
Also, 70% down, like you need to drop you're going to be able to drop PMI here in a few months.
Our PMI is only like $31 a month right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should be able to dump it by now. Call Amy.
It's what?
Call Amy. You might have got your 3%.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, technically you need to be at 77 or 78% value. And because you put 17 down, that means your home would have to have increased in value by about 5-6%.
I don't know if it has yet. I haven't really looked at the home reports, though. I don't know.
Well, you can show the appraiser, here's the new sewer I put in. Here's the new upgrade I did
here's
here.
The gutters, here's the back bedrooms. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Something to think about.
Or what are we just tearing out a deck in the backyard this morning? So.
Okay, so next time Kendall comes by with candy.
Yeah.
Go, hey, have Amy call me. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
$31 a month. That's like,
yeah.
I think our
mortgage, yeah, right. Mortgage is like $2,718 altogether, which is a lot more than what we're used to paying, but we're splitting it 3 ways now, so it's okay. And dividing the mortgage and all the utilities 3 ways as well. So
was that ever a factor that kept Anthony holding back?
Yeah, well, obviously the interest rates were high, and we're like, that was kind of a setback, but eventually we're just like, our rent's going to go up, and we're still renting, and we wanted a yard and a porch. Yeah.
Did you have to explain to him, the weird guy on the podcast has been telling me for years that it's okay if the mortgage is higher than the rent because it's a rent replacement strategy and our rent's going to keep going up?
Yeah. Like times, yeah.
So then does he love me or does he hate me? If he sees me, he's going to be like, dude, you're the guy that would not have Jessica shut up.
No, I don't know. I'll ask him later, I guess.
Jessica, you're the best. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. See ya.
Okay, well, interview over. How the hell am I supposed to follow that? Pretty much I can't. I speak a lot of, motivation, inspiration, right? I'm here because I have all this expertise, and I've seen people that are in, what would be normally considered not the most conducive situations in order to buy a home. And then I run into people like Jessica, and this stuff just keeps happening and happening and happening. Yes, you can make a plan. And most of you out there, if you're paying the average rent in your neighborhood, you should be able to figure out a way to get a plan like Jessica and afford the average home so you can stop paying rent. Hopefully you don't have to get mugged, beat up, or live in your van to make that happen. But hey, even if you do, we've got a roadmap for you. Start at episode 301 for the 10 must-have steps for every first-time home buyer. If you're really trying to plan out and map out with some strong action steps, what do I do first, David? That's episode 251. It's the last lease ever. It's going to help you work on your credit score, your debt, and your savings, and help answer the questions so that you can have some quick tips that you could do right now, even before you reach out and talk to anybody. And then it's going to help you find somebody that you can work with months, years ahead of time. Because hell, gang, if Jessica can pull this off, holy crap, you can too. So I guess I just need to say, in honor of Jessica, you can do this.
Looking for more DIY education or your own personal step-by-step guidance through the home buying journey? Since 2019, How to Buy a Home has been the #1 resource for first-time home buyers. So visit howtobuy.com to get started.